Hey there. So for this project, we're going to need to set our blade at number 1. And I always suggest doing a test cut because everybody's blades and machines are different. But this is the blade setting for a kiss cut that I use. Okay, and so here's the standard mat. You're going to need that. You're going to need some vinyl. I use the Silhouette vinyl that I got at Joann's. It was a little bit pricey, but I really wanted to try out HTV. So HTV is glossy on one side and matte on the other. And we're going to be cutting on the matte side, and the glossy side is going to be in the bottom. This is just my little kitty helper, and he's going to lay down and kind of take over. So you're going to want a razor for some of the small stuff, a little spatula. I use a wide spatula as well. You're going to need something to pick out the little pieces. You're going to want your wand. Well, yeah, I call it a wand, and also some scissors. And the cat is laying behind it, so I just thought that was a funny picture. You're going to also want your iron. Alrighty? Good afternoon, and thanks for joining me. Today we're going to do two things. We're going to do a monogram, and we're also going to do it with HTV. So I found this website, embroidery or Apex Embroidery Designs, a while back, but I didn't know that they also offered cutting. So if you do apexembdesigns.com/cuttables/cuttables, I don't know why it's twice, but you'll get to this page filled with tons of really cool cut designs. So, and they've got lots of help, it looks like, lots of different stuff. They do custom digitizing. So if there's something specific you want done, it looks like they'll do that for you. And they have a lot of free stuff. So one of the things I found was this really pretty free monogram design. And so you just have to have an account with Apex. So make yourself an account. And when you do that, once you have an account, go ahead and click on your name and go down here to the purchased files. And I'm going to click on the cuttable fonts once, and it's going to start downloading it for me. So if you have Mozilla, this is what it will do. If you're using Internet Explorer, I think it comes down here on the bottom. And I have mine set to just open automatically. So I can go in here and I can look for what I specifically need, which is SVG. So I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to choose a place on my desktop for now, unless I want to keep it, which I eventually will, I'm sure. But right now I want to show you guys how to do it. So I'm just going to put it on my desktop, actually, since it's already in a folder. So I'm just going to click in a random place on the desktop and paste it. And the cool thing about this font is it has the flourishes that goes on the top and the sides, and that is included with the center letter. So now we're just going to click close, and we're going to go ahead and close Mozilla, and we're going to open up to the Internet Explorer to ScanNCut. It's the ScanNCut canvas.brother.com, and it will open up to a page with all kinds of pretty designs on it that you can do. Let's see. See, there's all kinds of projects. So we can go on that till later. So we're going to just click on new, and there's our standard mat, or whatever mat you're using. But for this, because we're going to do HTV, we're just going to use our standard mat, which is just fine. All right, so we're going to click on SVG. If you wanted to bring in any other kind of file, like an image, like a JPEG or something, you want to do image tracing. If you have an SVG, a DXF, or FCM file, you just click on this button, and we click choose file. I'm going to choose my center letter first, which is a D for me, and that way I can place my sides on within the flourishes. So it comes up really, really tiny. I'm going to make it huge so I can work with it. All right. So it's obviously not going to be this big, but we'll move all that stuff later. All right, so then I'm going to go in here. I'm going to click on S for my first name, the left side S for Stephanie. Okay, and it gives me this really teeny tiny S up there in the corner. Let's move it out here. Oops. There we go. And then you can make it a little bit taller if you want. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, and then click out, and then we're going to go back in and get my middle initial for the right-hand side. Oops. Open. Okay, and it's going to give us this teeny tiny little M again. Oh, how cute is that? Okay, and it looks about perfect. Okay, so I know it's probably not perfect, but it is for me. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to Edit and click the Edit button, which selects everything. And then we're going to want to group it. And then we can make it smaller so it actually fits into the piece of HTV that I have. Now the thing about HTV is it's heat transfer vinyl, so it's basically it's the iron-on stuff. So you have to put it backwards so that whenever you iron it on, it's frontward. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's see. That's going to be a little bit too small for the front of my shirt. So let's see, how big is our piece? It's 5 by 9. So let's go 4 3/4-ish. There we go. Make it a little bit bigger. All right, so what I was saying is with HTV, we have to turn it the other way around. We have to flip it. So let's go into Edit and let's just mirror it horizontally. Okay, so that's going to basically turn it backwards. It's going to cut out on the machine, and then we're going to peel away the negative space, and we're going to turn it over, and through the clear part, we'll be able to see it say it correctly. Okay, I'll show you in a minute. All right, so from here, we're going to put Monogram in the title box up here, SMD, which is me, but it's SDM. There's so many different ways. I wanted to say this earlier. I'm so sorry I forgot. There's so many different ways to do monograms, and sometimes people don't have middle names, or they have 2 middle names, or they've got all kinds of stuff going on. So there's a lot of different ways to do monograms, and there's no way that's like the way. I would just do the research, look on Google and on YouTube and stuff like that, and just figure out what you like best, what feels best for you. Because some people do some monograms that don't make any sense to me, and you know, for me, I have a hard time with the D being in the middle because my middle name is Michelle, so I would want that to be a little bit more like how I'm used to it being, but you know, SDM is how it comes out because the D has to be bigger. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and download this. Okay, and it's going to say Monogram SMD FCM, which is the type of file. And if it was connected by wire, we'd be able to wirelessly do it. And that's just such a cool function. Okay, so it's going to download it. You only have to click it once. You don't have to double click. You don't have to click anything else. Just click that button once. And then we're going to go up here to open. Oh, I hate when that happens. Save. And then open folder. Okay, so that's going to bring up this monogram specifically for me. Okay, and I need to turn on my machine so that it'll show up as the removable disc. Over here, it's going to show up. Then we'll be able to just take this from here over to the removable disc. So okay, so let's just drag this right into the removable disc. And I'm going to make sure that it's in here before I move on to doing the actual video part. So hold on one second. Pattern, save data, boom, it's there. Okay, so I'm going to turn it back off so that whenever I do the video, you can see it from beginning to end. All right, I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, so I turned my phone off, or turned the machine off so I could show you guys how to turn it on, but that made me lose my file, so I had to do it all over again. So do not turn your machine off at all once you've downloaded a file from ScanNCut Canvas until you've saved it to your actual machine. So let's just go ahead and go right into pattern now, and we're going to go into save data. And we're going to go in here, and there I am. I'm going to click OK. And the one thing that I didn't do in the software when I redid this was mirror it, because I think that I want to use it with vinyl and decorate some other stuff the same. So, but since we're going to do that here, let's just go ahead and click OK. Sorry. And now we can click OK, and let's add a test cut. Ooh, that might actually be better to pull out. Okay, let's bring this test cut over here though. Click OK. We're going to click cut. It's going to tell us that it's going to take 2 minutes. Okay, so since we've got that all set up, let's go ahead. And I have a piece of Silhouette HTV, and the shiny side, that's going to be actually clear whenever you pull away the negative space. So the shiny side down, okay? And this is going to create a kiss cut onto that clear paper. And that means that it's going to go through the top layer, just kiss the top layer, but not cut all the way through the entire piece of adhesive. Okay, well I guess it's not, this isn't adhesive until you iron it, just so we're clear. Okay, so I'm going to try to sit you down again. And thank you for bearing with me while I am learning how to do videos better. My intention is to help. Sometimes my excitement to help overcomes actually making things look good or taking any kind of production value, but we're just going to smooth it out nice and easy on there. Feels like there's a little something under there, but I think we'll be okay. Just probably a little piece of lint or some left over from the last project. Okay, so we're going to bring our guard down. We're going to push it up onto here. Okay, and my blade is set at 1, and I'm going to go ahead and click the button to load it. Okay, and usually I would scan it in, but because I can see with my eyes that it's, you know, kind of overlapping the lines, I'm just going to go ahead and click cut. And what it's going to do is it's going to do my little oh, what is that called? My test cut first. So you can have it spit out the mat so that you can check your test cut. You want to make sure that it cut, but it doesn't cut all the way through. So, and you can tell that by easily lifting it up on the sides. You want to smooth that down again. Alright, so let's get rid of this, and we're going to smooth that back down, and then we're going to load it back up into the machine, and then we're going to click the load button again. Okay, and then instead of hitting, over here it gives us the option to quit cutting if that did go through and you wanted to change your blade or you just didn't want to do it. You can click quit cutting or you can click start stop. And it tells us it's going to take about 2 minutes to cut out that monogram for me. Awesome, so it's all done. We're going to click OK, and then I am going to go ahead and cut this out and weed it out, and then I will meet you guys over at the ironing board. Okay, bye-bye. Alright guys, we're over here at my sweatshirt, and I weeded out everything that was on that side, and see how this sticky part needs to be on the side that looks backwards, okay? So then we're just going to flip that sticky side over, and I need to double check my spacing. Now, if this was on something you're doing for a customer, you're going to want to be a lot more precise. But since this is just for me, I'm going to slap that on there. Then I'm going to grab a piece of cotton. Where's my little towel? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and grab a what is called a pressing cloth, but I just use one of those little dishcloths, dish towels. They're kind of thin, but I think they're a little bit more durable than just grabbing a piece of fabric. So, okay. Oops. Looks like there's something. Aha. Okay. Alrighty. So you can see it down there. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to just place our iron on it. Just kind of iron it all out. Get it on there for now. Okay. And now we're going to actually hold it on there for about 5 seconds over each letter. And I know that it seems counterintuitive to pull the thing off of it before it's cooled off, but if you wait till it's cooled off, it's going to peel your letters again. So let's get this on there nice and good, and sometimes you still have to iron it as you peel it, but we want to get it while it's warm. Okay, so you just peel nice and easy. You can grab it for a little bit more traction if you need to, and just pull that away, set it aside. And oh, how nice is that? It looks so good. I'm going to actually take the presser cloth over it one more time. Hold on 1 second. Just to make sure. I don't want any of these pieces coming off in the wash or anything like that. And there's full instructions on the silhouette box. My instructions are totally dumbed down. Okay. Alrighty. That is all there is to heat transfer vinyl on fabric. I haven't tried anything as far as mugs or anything yet, but I'm getting there. Alrighty, I hope that this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.